told you I was going to make more videos. So this video is actually an eBay video. I'm not an eBay power seller by any means, but I've been selling on eBay for years, probably over a decade, but I've not sold a lot. I buy more than I sell. But I'm trying to get into more reselling, and I've been watching a lot of eBay videos, and some of the people that I actually follow, they suggest going to Goodwill bins. And if you don't know what Goodwill bins is basically the Goodwill clearance center. There are not a lot of them, but I do have two, and I live in Northern California. So there are two within a 2-hour range of me. So I went to one of them, and I must tell you, there were so many people in there who were obviously reselling. I mean, one person was just sitting by the books, and he was scanning every book. He even had a mask on his face, I guess, to keep him from inhaling dust, because it's literally kind of just, everything is just thrown in huge bins. That's why they call it Goodwill bins. And so you have to go through it, and I guess if you're serious about it and you don't want to inhale any dust or anything else that's in the air, you cover your nose. But there was just a lot of people in there. I wasn't there first thing in the morning. I was there kind of like in the afternoon. It was the first time I'd ever been to Goodwill bins. I didn't find anything. At the same time, I don't know that I have the patience to sit up there and go through bins like that. In addition to being there hours after it opened and seeing it full of people who were clearly hunting for things to resell. But I did pick out a few items. So I just wanted to kind of go over what I'm going to actually put on eBay. Hopefully this week I'll find some time to actually list these things. So this thing I found at Goodwill bins, and it just happened to be on top. It was a woman's wetsuit, size medium. The brand is Ski Warm. It's sleeveless. With Goodwill bins, they don't have actual price tag. They charge you by the pound. And I don't know if they're all the same, but mine, I think it was like $1.75 a pound for clothing items. And books, they probably have a flat cost for books or hardcover, softcover. I don't know, but I didn't buy anything like that. But I bought this is about $1, and they go for about $25 to $35 on eBay. So that's a large profit. I also picked up this little vintage knit pretty little dress. It's so cute. I might actually give it to my cousin who's having a girl. But I just thought it was adorable, and one of the YouTubers that I follow that does eBay, she said that vintage baby clothes actually sell pretty good. Now, when I actually got home and looked at it, I mean, this might sell for like $5 or $6. Like, it's not going to sell for that much. And I probably paid like $1 for it. So it's still profit. But I was hoping it would be a little bit more, being that it was a vintage dress. But I'll go ahead and sell it, and we'll see if it sells. It's mostly just kind of get my feet wet and experiment and see what kind of sells and what doesn't. So I'm going to put 3 more things up on eBay this month. And these 3 things I actually had in the house. So when you're thinking about reselling and getting into this whole reselling thing, consider just finding things you have around the house and put them on eBay. This is not a gun. It is a tool. It's actually called a powder actuated gun. So it's a nailer, but you put powder inside. I don't even know, which is why I'm selling it, because I clearly don't need this tool. But I did look it up on eBay, and these are going for like $50. So I'm gonna list this for, you know, $45, $50 and see if I can sell it, because I have no need for it, and that's a nice little chunk of change. And then I have several of these nailers. I was going to put this out at my garage sale, and I actually had it out until I realized that it actually would sell for about anywhere between $45 and $85. They're kind of all over the map. So I took it out of my garage sale and I said, I'm going to sell it on eBay because I'll probably get more money because people at garage sales don't want to pay for anything. So this is just a nailer and it's been lying around my house. It hasn't been used and I'm going to put it up and try to sell it. And then the last thing I'm going to try to sell this week is this actual Halloween costume. My son wore it last year. It's a Stormtrooper's costume. He wore it once, of course, just for Halloween. And it's in great condition. And I paid 20 bucks for it. So maybe I could sell it, you know, $10, $15 as a used item on eBay for someone who's looking for a Halloween costume. And Halloween is going to be coming up around the corner. It's almost September, so it'll be here soon. And somebody may be looking to get a deal on something like this. So altogether, I think that these items, let me do the math. Let's see. So it might make me like 125 bucks. If you include my initial investment of this, which was a year ago at $20, and then I don't know what these cost. I don't think they probably cost anything because my husband had a tendency to just find tools and come across tools really cheaply. And this, which is probably like $2 worth, I mean, it's like, it's nothing. It's like, you know, 22 bucks to get over $100 back. So you may not think that you have anything to sell, but trust me, people buy stuff all the time. I just sold on eBay a book called The Desire Map. It was a book I had bought. It looked great. It was about desire. Who doesn't want to know about desire, but I never read it. And it was just in mint condition, just sitting on the shelf. So I listed it and it sold within a week or two. I sold a pair of shoes that I hadn't worn. I think I paid $6 for those shoes brand new. And I sold them as used shoes because the sole had gotten dirty on the bottom of the shoe, but the rest of it was nice. I sold those for $13. So that was actually retail arbitrage because I made a nice little profit on those shoes that were just sitting there that I didn't know what outfit to put them with. What else did I sell? Yeah, so I think I sold something else. I can't remember. But start with what's in your house. Believe me, you have stuff to sell. You have used toys. You have a box of Pokemon cards that your son just keeps leaving all over the house that you can just box up and sell in bulk. You might have some old clothing. I did try to sell some old clothes of my son's that were in great condition. In fact, they had the tags on them, and it did not sell. And I was surprised because they were brand new shirts. But the reason I think it didn't sell is because they weren't brand name shirts. And, you know, people are looking for brand name items. Now, I put his suit on there that he had as a baby. It was a Sean John suit for, I think it was like for a 2-year-old. And I put that on there. And I had a few people bidding on that item. But I think it's because it was a Sean John. So when you're selling clothes, that label is usually pretty important. Even if you have a bulk lot of items that are brand new, if they don't have like Nike or some brand name, it's much harder to sell. So I actually don't like selling clothes, and I don't think that I'm going to really sell clothing items because I don't want to have to measure, especially with women, you have to measure it and, you know, put the exact measurement so people understand what they're getting, because a size 10 in one brand is not a size 10 in another. And you don't want to have constant returns because you can't try it on, you know, until you get it. So I personally do not like clothes. But I bought this item because it's a baby item. I don't have to measure a baby item. And then this item because it's a wetsuit. So it's a little bit different. But I don't like clothes. And that's another reason why I don't like the Goodwill bins. But another thing I did pick up at the Goodwill bins, which was a great deal, and it was for me, was a down Ralph Lauren cover. It was just a white fluffy down cover that was full size, which I actually don't have a full size in my house, but I just put it on my son's twin size bed, and it's a little big, but I just kind of folded it over and So comfortable, and it was probably only a few bucks and well worth it. I washed it, and it came out beautifully. So you can find deals at the Goodwill bins, but depending on where you live and how much competition there is at the bins, it might be a waste of your time. I probably would go back to the bins if I happen to be in that area and I had, an extra few minutes, I'd go back there. But it's not a place where I'm going to actively go to try to find deals for resale. They mostly have clothes. And as I said, I don't really want to sell clothes. I didn't see any new items. Goodwill always has new items from Target that have been clearanced out and sent to Goodwill. I didn't see anything like that. Now, maybe I just got there late and all of their new items were gone. That's very possible because there were a lot of people there. So maybe I have to get there early in the morning a few times to really see what they have to offer. But I didn't think the one in my area was that good because there's just too many people. I live in the Bay Area, and there's just people in the Bay Area hustle. And we're all trying to get extra money anyway, any way we can. So anyway, that was my adventure at Goodwill bins. Here's what I'm going to put on eBay this week, and I'll update you and let you know how it goes, so that you can start selling too, because everybody needs extra income. All right, so make sure you like the video if you enjoyed the information, and subscribe, because I'm really trying to build those subscribers now that I've gotten more serious about my YouTubing. I want to make sure I hit those subscriber milestones that everybody talks about. So anyway, bye. See you later.